You've come to fight as 3 men. And 3 men you are. What will you do without freedom?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Golly Potential YouTube channel. In this video, we're talking about spiritual awakenings. Specifically, my spiritual awakening. How it all occurred for me. Why am I so interested in the spiritual aspects of life? However, before I go down that rabbit hole with you, let me just cleanse the space, alright? Cleanse the energy, clear the energy, and cleanse myself. You know, I do this because, like, I don't know, not only does it cleanse the energy, but it puts me in that state where either I'm about to meditate, do some type of spiritual practice, or I'm about to record a video. So, yep. Now that the energy's clear, I'm in that state. Let's dive into it. Okay. I'm going to do my best to not only tell the story to you, but also show you the story as well. Okay? So, where to begin? Where do I begin? Okay. First, I want to start off by saying that I've always been I wouldn't say spiritual person, but I've always been an intuitive person, an intuitive kid. Like, when it came to my sixth sense or my intuition, it was always there. Did I listen to it most of the time? No, most of the time I didn't. But in particular, there was one incident where probably the earliest incident I remember clearly when my intuition kicked in. It was, I don't remember, I was young, probably like 6th grade, right? And growing up, I grew up in a I would say semi-rough area. Like, it's a bunch of shit goes on where I grew up from. I'm from Arkansas, alright? Arkansas, right? I grew up in North Little Rock. If you've ever been to Arkansas, you may be able to understand. But anyway, when I grew up, we were into a bunch of negative shit, right? One of the things was we would go to the mall and we would steal shit, okay? But this one particular time, when my brothers and I, as well as a bunch of homeboys from the neighborhood, they had planned out that they were going to go to the mall this day and steal these shoes, right? The day of, my intuition was just like screaming at me, like, don't do it, like, don't do it. And so I was like, I'm not going. I told them I wasn't going. And I went to them. I told my brothers, I was like, bro, y'all, I don't think y'all should go. Like, y'all gonna get caught. And they didn't listen, of course. I mean, we were kids. But anyway, they didn't listen. So it got to the point where I'm like, you know what? Call me what you will. Call me a snitch. I'm telling mama. And so I went and told my mom. And I was like, they finna go to the mall and steal some shoes, blah, blah, blah. But at this point, they had already left, and she didn't pretty much know what to do, and she had just pretty much brushed it off, like, what can she do, pretty much, right? 30 minutes to an hour later, I'm in the living room, my mom comes to the front, pissed the fuck off, right? I was like, what happened? She was like, your little brother got caught stealing some shoes at the mall. I was just like, I tried to tell them motherfuckers. But in that instant, that's when I recognized, or I started to put 2 and 2 together. Like, this knowingness that I had, it didn't come from logic or anything. It holds some truth to it. Don't know what it is, but I think I should listen to it. Okay, that's just the earliest moment of me listening to anything like of intuition, sixth sense, or spirit, right? All right. Fast forward to when I had my awakening, but I'm gonna build it up for you, okay? Because it was a build up, right? So I would say 2000 and okay, so I deployed 2014. So 2015, right? 2015, I was in the military. I moved off base. Well, I moved from on base to off base, right? And had a roommate or whatever living in this 2-bedroom house or whatnot. And growing up, and even up until that point, I had real bad issues with being social. I had social anxiety. When we would go out, like specifically when we go out to clubs, I would just freeze up to know what to do. I wanted to talk to like chicks mainly, and I couldn't do it, right? And so what I started doing was I started taking this, I don't know, this herb called kratom, Kratom. Now, I mean, I guess it's more well known now. Like I went to Florida when I went to do ayahuasca, and they got like a kratom bar there, right? But this is before I even knew about they having bars and shit, right? I just read on this one website that it helps with like social anxiety, make you more social, right? So I'm in the military and I buy this stuff and I start taking it. Now in the military, you pretty much can't take shit. Like everything is banned. Any type of like mind altering drugs, even though this didn't alter your mind, it was still, I'm pretty certain. Maybe it wasn't. I don't think it was that well researched, but it was on pretty much the ban list. I will assume so, right? So anyway, I'm taking this shit, and damn near like every other day before I go to work, I would take it, just because it would just makes me more relaxed, right? Make me more social, more open, you can say. So I'm taking this stuff, going to work, you know. It's fine now. I've been taking it for like a year, right? And one weekend we went to Denver because I was stationed in South Dakota. We drove to Denver. We was out there for, I want to say, 2 nights. So I'm like, oh, we're going to clubs and stuff, right? I need to be more social. I need to be more lively. Now, mind you, this is nice. This is a side note. I've never told the story to anybody except for my older brother who recently passed away. Rest in power. So nobody alive knows this story, right? Okay, so this is exclusive right here. But yeah, so we planned a trip to Denver, and we go to Denver. We whatever, get our rooms and whatnot. I mean, it's pretty normal. I'm taking my stuff. It's like a little powder, and you pretty much drink it. And so I'll do it like each day, each night, or whatever. And we go out. I'm more social. I mean, I know it because I've been doing this. I haven't been taking it for a minute, but the thing about the military is they have drug tests, but it's random. Okay, it's at random. And I had joined in 2013. No, 2012. Wait. I want to say I joined in 2013. Right? And for a year and a half, whatever. Or two. Fuck, what was it? I'm losing my train of thought. I want to say 2 years. And it was no drug test for me, right? And so I'm like, well, nothing's going to happen. And like I said, by this time, I'd already been taking it. So anyway, we in Denver, we had a good time or whatever. I'm taking this stuff, and we get back and we go to work. Like the next day, we get back, and I work night shift. So also my job was security forces in the Air Force. We pretty much was like military police as well as like security for the base, as well as like protection of resources and whatnot. But anyway, I'm at work, and all of a sudden they started telling people that it's going to be a recall. Potentially, it's going to be an active shooter drill, right? Basically, it means everybody in our unit, in our squad, or whatever that works under our job title would have to come in to participate in this, right? So we're just hearing about all this, and everybody, like I said, I work night shift. I was working at night, so we're all pissed off. Everybody at work because we're thinking we got to stay at work longer. We're like, fuck, dude, we get off at 6. Everybody's getting here like now. It's like 5 something. We're gonna be here a long time. Anyway, I'm just pissed off about that. I'm not thinking about anything else though. But really no. Actually, I take that back. I wasn't pissed off. I'm just like whatever. It is what it is. Everybody else is pissed off. And anyway, people start coming in. Then my buddy pulls up. He was like, "Oh, bro," and he happier. I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" He was like, "Bro, ain't no active shooter drill. It ain't no. It's just a random piss test." And dude, my fucking heart fell through my ass. I'm like, "What the fuck?" I don't know if you noticed, but my whole mood just changed. I was like, "Bro, this is some bullshit. Like, why we gotta stay here longer?" And I'm trying to make it seem like it's not about that, right? But anyway, they call us in. I go take a piss test or whatnot. And the thing with these type of piss tests, when they call everybody in, it's a bunch of people in here pissing, right? And it's easy for the shit to get mixed up. So typically what happens, I don't know if I'm telling private information. I don't think I am. But typically, if you get called on something, you typically have to do a second test, right? So anyway, they call everybody in. And I take my piss test or whatnot. But then, like after I de-armed or whatever, I took a piss test. Go home, driving in my car, and dude, this is the first time I ever felt like dread. Like, I went in the house, went to my room, shut the door. My roommate was already going to work, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? I literally felt like my life was fucking over. And I'm just like, just so fucked up. And it's crazy because they got a saying that says, there are no atheists in foxholes, pretty much saying, when you feel like your life is finna be over, everybody turns back to God. And I think that's interesting to me, because it's like when you're on the brink of death, automatically you think of pray to a higher power. It's almost as if that knowingness kicks in, right? Because it's like, I have nothing else. I'm phoning a friend right now, you know? The fact that we all instinctually know that we have a friend to phone. But anyway, I'm in my room, I'm just pacing back and forth, like, fuck. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I get on fucking Google, and I'm looking it up. Oh yeah, as well, when I was at work, I was also looking it up. I'm looking up, how long does this shit stay in your system? Does it show up on piss tests? I heard we getting mixed reviews. Some reviews said it only shows up on certain piss tests. They got to be looking for it. Others say it does show up. Some of them say it's on your system for 2 to 3 days. Some, like, it was just mixed reviews, and I'm just like, fuck, what the fuck? And so, at this point, I believe, yeah, I definitely was. So, backtrack. Like I said, after my deployment, I moved off base. Before deployment, I got real big into conspiracies. And I was looking at some stuff about my history. Okay? Like African history. And I stumbled across like Egyptians or ancient Kemet, as well as praying to your ancestors and things like that, right? So, rewind back, or fast forward back. So yeah, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? And so then, like I said, everybody when they're in feel like their life's gonna be over, I pretty much start praying. And if I can recall correctly, I think I prayed to God, just pretty much the creator of all. And I believe I want to say I called on my spirit guide. I think that's who I said. I'm not sure if it was my ancestors or not, but I really believe it was my spirit guide. And yeah, and so After that, I finally went to sleep. A few days passed, nothing happened, right? And oh yeah, also before that happened, I had said like when I was praying, I was like, I would never do that shit again. I would never do it again, right? And yeah, so that happened, and a few days later, nothing happened, right? Nothing happened, and one day, like probably like a week later, I look on the schedule, see where I was posted at, and my name went on the schedule. And so, typically when your name's not on the schedule, either it means you get a day off. Sometimes it means they want you to come in, just so pretty much they can send you home or send you to a post that needs filling in if somebody calls in or whatever. So, this particular day, my name went on the list. I was like, I'm not coming in because we had two different flight chiefs. One would be like, if your name's not on the list, don't come in. The other one would be like, come in. So I'm like, I'm just not coming in, right? And so, time to go to work. I don't go in. I get a call from one of our sergeants. She's like, hey, yeah, if your name's not on the list, you still got to come in. I'm like, oh shit, okay, my bad. I'll be there in a minute. And as I was about to go, I'm like, well, I'm probably going to work tonight. I might as well enjoy it. Let me just take some more of this kratom, right? But something in me, everything in my gut was like, don't fucking do it. The same intensity that I had when I was younger, when my brothers went to go fucking steal some shit, right? And so I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do it. So I'm driving to work. I'm driving to base, and as I'm pulling up, the installation or the base commander is outside the gate. Typically, it's like just like a E3, like a lower ranking person right out there. But it's the installation commander, like a major, not a major, a lieutenant colonel or a major out there. And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? And because I was in uniform, she said everybody who's in uniform coming through has to do a random piss test. I was like, yo, well, I'm already late to work. She was like, no, that's fine. You can go to work after you go by there. Take this list with you. I'm like, what the fuck? So another random piss test. Then I had to drive to this place, take a piss test. But at this point, I hadn't been taking it, right? But because I listened to that instinct, nothing, like, I passed the piss test. And like I said, though, I believe if you pop hot once, they won't draw it to your attention. They pretty much gonna try to do it again and see if you pop out twice. So that way it's no denying it. It's not like, well, this sample got mixed up with this person, you know what I'm saying? So the second time I fucking passed it because I listened to my intuition, right? But that was that. After I prayed to my spirit guide and the creator. Interesting enough though, like different things started happening, right? Because like I said, I was into conspiracy theories and like I was actually, before my deployment, I was actually looking up 9/11 videos in the airport. This is crazy. But yeah, I was, like I said, I was into that. But then all of a sudden this stuff happened, and then I started saying that that stuff really just created anxiety in me. Let me just look into more occult or more hidden knowledge that can benefit me. So I started looking into more spirituality stuff, right? Like I said, found the ancient Kemetics or the ancient Egypt and looking at all that ancestors and whatnot. But different things kept popping up. Like I kept stumbling across this thing and that thing, and I'm just learning all this stuff. I'm like, damn, you got spirit guides. Everybody has a personal spirit guide. Okay, past lives. And one day I was at work, and I was with this one guy who's like, you can talk to him pretty much about anything. He's one of those type of dudes, and I don't know. I was just thinking about energy because I listened to this radio station called Coast to Coast where they talk about a lot of this more esoteric stuff. And like, you know, when you hear something And you just heard it so many times, you're like, yeah, I know that. But then if you hear it again, it just hits you like, damn, okay, I get it now. I fucking get it because I had raised an awareness, right? And so I was with him, posted with him one day, and on the radio, they was talking about energy, and all of a sudden it came to me. It was like, energy can't be destroyed, only transformed, or rather, energy can't be destroyed, only transferred. I was like, dude. And I was like, everything's fucking energy. Even your spirit, your soul, it's made up of energy. So there is no death, really. Because you can't destroy energy. It's only transferred. And that shit just hit me so hard. I'm like, fuck. And like months went by and I just kept having these realizations. Just different things. I was stumbling across a video. Watch this. They talking about crystals and crystal grids, and I had flew to LA for like one day for this Kundalini attunement thing. It was like a bunch of stuff just kept happening. But one day I just get on YouTube and randomly it was a video. Well, I had seen another video and I think they was talking about like healing traumas, right? From past lives. And I watched it. Then the next day I get on YouTube and it's a random video. It says past life regression experience. And I click on it and I listen to it. And this dude talking about his past life experiences. And so I'm like, dude, I want to do that. So I type in, well, he linked the video of the past life regression video that he watched. So I'm like, I'm about to do this shit. So I look up the video, I find it. I lay down, put headphones in. I'm like, I'm finna see into my past life, see what it's all about, right? See if there's any truth to it. Now, I'm laying there. I'm trying to follow the guided meditation, but I'm not really seeing anything, right? I wasn't at the time when I great at visualization or visualizing, so I couldn't really follow, but I was trying. But one thing I do remember is my eyes were fluttering like crazy because they told me to look up towards where my third eye would be, right? Or the forehead. And my eyes were fluttering. And literally, it felt like as if my third eye, I know it's not a physical eye, but this is what I felt. It felt like say you got something burning in your eyes, right? And you're trying to open them real bad, but you can't get yourself to open them. It felt like that was happening to my third eye. Like I said, I know it's not a physical eye. It has properties of a physical eye, but it's not a physical eye, right? But I felt that. After the video was over, I didn't experience anything, but I got up, turned the video off, and I walked outside. And behind where I lived, there's just a bunch, like some hills, right? Just full of grass. And it was in the summer too, so it was nice out. I look outside and I don't know, dude. The grass was just so fucking vibrant green. The sky was so blue. The clouds were so white. It was just, I don't know. Shit just was different from that point forward. That is the point where I had my awakening. Because from that point, seeing that shit just so vibrant, I'm just like, yo. And everything I looked at just seemed like I seen it through clearer eyes, right? It's as if, like a YouTube video, right? As if I went from 480p to like 1080, right? It's just huge difference. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And then from there, I'm like, yo, this is dope. I had to work that night, so I went to work. I told damn near everybody at work, check out this video. I didn't see anything, but I don't know, something shifted in me, right? I'm telling everybody this. I sent a bunch on the video. The next day I come to work. Did you do it? Or would you? And they start telling me they seen into their past lives. And different ones, like different people. And they describe it to them. I'm like, oh shit. So past lives do exist, right? Fuck, that's fucking crazy. Then a couple of days go by, and all of a sudden I wake up one morning. I'm like, dude, I'm not eating meat again. I'm just not doing it. It's crazy because before this, me and my homeboy were saying, there's no fucking way I can give up meat. Like, this is not, it's not happening. But I just woke up one day and was like, I'm done with it. And that happened. And from there, other things just kept unfolding, right? I just kept getting into all this different stuff. And yeah, I just listened to my intuition. My intuition got louder. I stumbled across more people. I got reintroduced to somebody I used to watch or used to follow for stuff back in the day. Somehow I got sent to him again from a video, the random video I was watching. He mentions this dude's name. I go start checking him out again. And then he recommends the guy now who teaches me meditation and stuff, because he was into that stuff now. And then I got put on this meditation program, Magic Mastery program, right? So I'm learning all this stuff. And like I said, you probably see my ayahuasca video. Went down and did ayahuasca. Just all these different things just unfolding. But so now, it's to the point where now I'm super spiritual. I look at everything with a spiritual lens. I understand that we're all spiritual beings having a human experience. And like, I just got 3 Reiki attunements like a couple months ago. Like, just still going down that path. Kundalini Reiki attunements coming up soon. It's like, just keep following that path, right? But that is my spiritual awakening story. Okay? I know it's long. I had to paint the picture because it was stuff leading up that was just like, I feel it paints the picture. And I hope I did a good job of, instead of just telling you the picture, telling you the story, showing you the story, right? Because this is what I experienced. And I mean, it's much more crazy stuff now. Like, looking back on it, I can see every incident. It like makes perfect sense, right? Why I had to go that way. But yeah, that's my spiritual awakening story. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe. Feel like this video is interesting, be sure to share it. But in the comments, I want to hear about you guys' spiritual awakening stories. I know it's a lot, probably the tight, but if you can relate to it, let me know. If yours is completely different, I'd like to hear it, because pretty much anything spiritual, I'm willing to listen to it, because I don't know. In my opinion, that's the most interesting thing to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? The most interesting to talk about. But yeah, that's my spiritual awakening story. But until next time, I'm out. Peace.
You've come to fight as 3 men. And 3 men you are. What will you do without freedom?